Hi, this is Amy Zara with Yoga Fusion. This is my first video of releasing the back in 20 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. Bring yourself to a wall with your mat lengthways at the wall, feet about a foot away from the wall, and you want the whole of the back along the wall. Start to breathe nice and slowly. Allow your back to become very heavy. And each time you exhale, try to feel your shoulders sinking down the back. As your back gets heavier, your hips get heavier, you start to allow yourself to sink a little lower, and you open your palms forwards to get a little bit more space in the chest. Keep breathing softly and let yourself bend a little lower. Try to feel your big toe mound across to your little toe mound. Lift through the pelvic floor and then start to gently roll yourself down, keeping your bottom on the wall. Keep feeling a lift up through the belly as you roll down through the spine. And you want your legs to stay bent, your belly just to drop on the thighs. When you've come as far as you can, take a deep breath into the back, relax the neck, and just let the arms hang. Now, keeping your heels grounded, start to gently walk yourself forwards, bottom coming off the wall, and try to get longer in the waist as you walk forwards. As you keep breathing into the back, try to feel a lift into the belly and keep grounding your heels into the floor. Think of lengthening through the inside of the legs as you're pushing down through your heels. And you keep gently walking yourself forwards. Think getting longer in the waist. As you keep that length, you start to feel your sitting bones lift. You come up onto your toes and you gently lower your knees down to the ground. Bring yourself into an all fours position. Find a nice neutral spine and press your little toes down into the floor. Allow space to expand in your chest as you inhale. As you exhale, suck in through the belly, vacuum it up into the chest and round into the spine. Again, as you inhale, you lengthen from the chest to the tailbone. You exhale, and from the pelvis, your tailbone lengthens down, your belly pulls in, and you round up again. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to round. From that neutral position, now start to roll through the ribs. Allow your pelvis to move, your shoulders to move. And try to allow the waist to be nice and soft. The back to soften. And just move through the spine. Go in the opposite direction. Really articulating your movement right into the back. Keep your little toes grounded, your inner thighs engaged. so that the majority of the movement is in the back. Then walk your hands a little bit further forwards, still pressing your little toes down into the ground, and you're going to walk gently over to the side. Keep both hips even and then breathe into the outer side of the ribs. Walk over to the other side, again keeping your hips even, and breathe into the side of the ribs. Do it again on the other side. And try to feel a hugging in your inner thighs to keep your pelvis nice and stable. Take a little look around the back of the shoulder just to try and expand into the side of the ribs. And then again move over to the other side. Keep getting longer in the outer side of the ribs. Bring yourself back to all fours. And then bring your big toes together and widen your knees. Come to sit on your heels. Make a fist with your hands and bring them right into your hips. Start to lengthen the belly out of the fists. You start to relax your sitting bones down into your heels. You bring your sitting bones together and you start to roll down through the spine, nice and slowly. Keep your sitting bones moving down to the heels and moving towards each other. If you find that you can't go very far down, that's fine. You can then grab yourself some cushions or even a chair just to rest your head on. Keep breathing into the back. Dropping your pelvis down to the heels and trying to lengthen your tailbone down to the floor. You'll see now that I've decided to take some bricks just to give myself a little bit more ease with the spine, which is exactly what I meant by the cushions. Were sold by the color of green. Ground had a rose then past its knee. Your aim is to really feel the sitting bones dropping down to the heels so that you can rest the back and allow it to lengthen. Gently roll up. Move the cushions or chair or blocks if you've used them. And then bring yourself onto your belly. Make a diamond with your hands and then turn your head to the side. Bend your knees and keeping your legs together, imagine your knees moving towards the back wall and then you're going to drop them to the opposite side of your head. Do this 5 times, constantly trying to pull from the inner thighs to the inner belly and to lengthen in the waist. Try not to allow your shoulders to collapse. Then you're going to bring your legs to the other side with your head still staying in the same direction. Again, 5 times. Then you turn your head the other side, and again the legs go in the opposite direction to the head, which will now be the same direction that they were going previously. Don't forget to keep your heels together, legs together, and keep getting longer. And then you bring your legs over to the other side 5 times. Bring your legs down, and then bring one hand on top of the other. Bring your knee up and face your head in the opposite direction. Lengthen from the lower belly all the way up to the chest, and then lift the opposite arm to lift your head. Try to keep the head very heavy on the hand, so that it's really the arm and the top of the back that's lifting your head up. Imagine you're getting longer from the extended leg all the way up through the chest. Bring that leg down, bend the other leg out to the side. Swap your hands and swap the side of your head. And then you do the same on the other side. Lifting the arm to lift the head and to get longer and longer in the chest. The pelvis stays nice and stable as you're gently engaging your pelvic floor. Bring the leg down, and now bring your hands palms down beside your lower ribs, elbows hugging into the body, and then push yourself up onto all fours. Walk yourself forwards, hands right underneath your shoulders, and find a nice neutral spine. Stretch your right leg back, pushing through the heel. Keep your pelvis stable, and then step your left leg back into a nice long plank. Keep the belly pulled in and feel the front of the thighs pushing into the back of the legs to hold a nice strong plank. Bend your knees and then start bringing your tailbone backwards, your pelvis back towards the back wall, getting longer in the waist. Breathe into the upper back to expand the ribs, and then press your heels to the wall. Feel the legs engage and start rounding through the pelvis to round forwards through the spine and back into a long plank. You're going to keep moving through the spine in this wave of action. Coming into downward facing dog, pressing the heels to the wall, engaging the legs and working from the pelvic floor to suck the belly in and round through the spine in a nice long wave back to plank. Keep moving in this action, really allowing the pelvis to be your driving force and the legs to be the strong part of the body. Try to keep your shoulders soft, your chest open, as if the skin of your armpits is moving forwards and over the back. Hold your down dog for a little while, and then one last time roll forwards back into plank. Bend at the elbows, hugging them into the body, and come all the way down onto the floor and through Chaturanga Dandasana. Take a breath in, and then one last time push up as you exhale. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, and then turn your palms up just to widen your collarbones. Breathe into the upper back, and then place your palms back down. Tuck your toes under, and without moving your feet, just move your knees back a little. Take a breath in, and from your sitting bones start to lift the pelvis back and up as you straighten the knees. Soften your shoulders, allow your shoulder blades to move back and towards each other. And then feel your legs engaging to feel that suck in and up through the lower belly. Keep breathing into the upper back to wrap the ribs into the back. And try to hug your inner elbows in towards each other to feel from your inner elbows to your armpits engaging. And slowly bring yourself back down to all fours. Come to sit on your bottom with your feet in front of you, hip distance apart. Find your sitting bones and then walk your legs out. Don't go too wide. If you have a block, use that just to have your legs in the right width, about 90 degrees. Slide yourself forward slightly, so again you're trying to find your sitting bones. Point your feet and push out through the balls of your feet. Bring your hand onto your lower back and just notice if you have any little bones protruding there. You're going to try and make them disappear as you suck in through your pelvic floor, your lower belly, and you push your pubic bone back. When you have that nice neutral spine and you're sitting up nice and tall, again find some cushions or a chair, something that you can allow your head to rest on. Keeping your legs very engaged, your pelvic floor still engaged and your lower belly pulling in and up, start to gently walk yourself forwards from the hips. Allow your hands to come in front of you, take a breath in, and each time you exhale, you keep going forwards as your legs are sucking back into the sockets. When you're ready, rest your head down and breathe into the back. Try to really feel your pelvis dropping down into the floor, your spine getting longer as you keep your lower belly pulled in and up. Keep breathing, and as you exhale, you can see if you can go a little lower. And don't forget to keep the legs engaged. Inhale to roll yourself back up. Move your blocks, cushions or chair out of the way, and then bring your feet together. Come onto your back. And you're going to bring your hands, fingers pointing towards each other, on the lower part of the wall. Straighten your arms and then breathe into the upper back. Try to expand around the shoulders, widen your chest, and then bring your feet together. As you exhale, pull in and up through your pelvic floor, through your lower belly. Round from your lower spine to bring your legs towards the back wall and over your head. As you push into your hands, try to get longer through the waist, through the belly, through the spine, and then start pushing your legs up towards the ceiling and try to push them away from the back wall. And bend your knees in towards your head. Keep your upper back sinking down towards the floor. And then roll through the spine to come all the way down onto the back, nice and slowly. The legs go over the head, and then you bend your knees to bring your legs down and bring your arms down by your sides. Stretch your legs away, inhale your arms up to the ceiling, and from the top of your sternum, roll all the way up to sitting and right up onto your sitting bones. Again, get longer in the spine. And then roll yourself back down again. Widen your legs, your arms, and just allow yourself to rest in Shavasana. You can stay here for a while and just breathe nice and gently. Namaste.